First and 10 at the 19. Reed barking the signal. Someone jumps. Reed's looking deep. End zone for Des Lewis. Jump ball! Did he make the catch? Flag is down. Let's wait for the signal. Touchdown UCA.
That is the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
I've never seen a better catch in my life. He caught it around the defender.
He secured it the entire way.
And then he pulled it in around the body of the defender after they had already sort of, I guess, fallen out of bounds. Incredible play.
You got to start off with Desmond Lewis. Des has great playmaking ability, catches the ball well, does a lot of great things. What I've been real impressed with is his leadership in that group. He's the leader of that group, and he sets an example and sets a standard as to what we're looking for in a UCA wide receiver. His practice habits and his leadership, that's been, to me, his greatest asset, aside from his playmaking ability. And then you got Courtney Whitehead, who's got great ability as well. He's a big body, physical kid. He's good with the ball in his hands, as well as downfield. I can't say enough good things about him. Again, he's been a leader as well. And then you got Damian Watts, who's a fifth-year guy, and he plays bigger than his stature. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's done a great job for us. And then Desmond Smith, he's a special player. And with Des, I think what sets him apart is he's the most competitive kid that I've been around. And then with his ability, his toughness and his playmaking ability, he's become a real special player, and looking for him to continue to do a lot of great things. Then Jatavius Wilson, he's good with the ball in his hands, and he's a tough kid for being a smaller body, but real proud of the way that he's been playing. He's been doing a heck of a job as a return guy on special teams as well. And he's the guy that we're trying to get the ball to. And then Clay Murphy, Clay's not going to wow you with size and speed, but for some reason, when Clay is out there, just good things happen. Things just seem to work out for one way or another. He's a smart kid, smart player, and I can't say enough about him. He's been playing real well. It's a tight group. They're all really good friends when they leave the building. There's good camaraderie with that group. They get onto each other a little bit, and it's been real good. This past week versus Nichols, we had we played 8 guys and had 7 guys with an explosive play. Which in my 8 years of coaching receivers, I've never had that. So it's been real easy, I guess you could say. It's been easy with rotating. You don't have to change a scheme or a plan. You've got your starters, you've got your twos, but I wouldn't hesitate running a certain play or a certain route with any one of them. It's been really good to be that deep at receiver.
It's one of the more talented groups I've seen come through this school and our program. I've been a part of this program 10, 11 years now as a player and coach. But from top to bottom, 6 to 8 guys in depth that are as talented a group, not only in this conference, but at this level of football. And pleased at their production up to this point in the season. Big time playmakers. When we put together a game plan each week, it's to get the ball in them guys' hands. It's a security blanket. Anytime you've got guys with that talent and that caliber sitting in your room and you're able to game plan for those guys, it's a luxury, and it's something that a lot of coaches at this level don't have. I can promise you that I've talked to various coaches, not just at this level, but at the SEC level, Big 12 level, who say we've got 4 or 5 guys that would be playing at Arkansas, at Texas, at Baylor, at some of the biggest schools in the country. They may not be the sheer star they are here, but they would be getting reps and be making plays for those big programs. So that's huge. And anytime you can get the ball in those guys' hands and draw up plays and schemes to maximize their efforts and their abilities, that's fun as a coach, and it makes my job a lot easier. When I was a player, now as a coach and a quarterback coach and calling plays, anytime you can throw balls that maybe shouldn't result in 90-yard touchdowns, like the Missouri State first play of the game with Desmond Lewis. That's unheard of stats. Anytime you can throw a bubble screen or a quick out and make 20, 25 yards because you've got a playmaker with the ball in his hands, that's a luxury. And as a quarterback, when you've got that makes you feel a lot more comfortable. It doesn't feel like you got to have as much pressure to throw the ball down the field, maybe force a throw that you shouldn't make. And then the sheer depth we have, you don't feel like you have to force it to Desmond Lewis or Courtney Whitehead, because guess what? We may have Clay Murphy or a Blake Gardner or a Desmond Smith on the other side waiting for the ball, because of what the defense does. So anytime you've got the numbers and the guys and the talent we've got at receiver, it's huge for playing quarterback. You can't game plan for one guy. I mean, as soon as you take away one guy, you've got to be sacrificing another area of the field. And we've got another guy on the other side of the field we feel like can expose that weakness. So that's huge. And anytime our guys make a play, I think they're very supportive of each other. I don't think that they think about themselves. They want to win the football game. It's an uncommon group in there, and Coach Bennett's done a great job with that group. Keeping them humble, keeping them hungry. That's a sometimes wide receiver personalities are an interesting group. I mean, you think of the Terrell Owenses, the Chad Johnsons of the world, Keyshawn Johnson. I mean, those guys have an ego and they want the football, and that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But what we've done a good job with, and Coach Bennett's done a good job with, is the team atmosphere. And it starts with Coach Campbell and it trickles down. And our guys want to win, and they don't care who scores a touchdown. If you see Courtney Whitehead score a touchdown, this first guy jumping up to chest bumping is probably Desmond Lewis. If you see Jatavius Wilson score a touchdown, the first guy down there is probably Desmond Smith. So that's what I'm so pleased with about that group, is their humbleness and their ability to recognize that there's a bigger goal in the season than just what they're trying to attain for themselves. And it's always nice to celebrate with your teammates and celebrate a victory or celebrate a touchdown when it's not you. It's good to watch, and it's fun to watch. I think as a whole, like I said earlier, as a whole group, it's as deep a group as we've ever had. From quality, from maybe our top guy to our 6th, 7th, or 8th guy. I mean, we're as quality of talent and depth that we've ever had since I've been a part of this program. Now, when we start talking about individual talent, there may have been a better one. I mean, when you talk about possession receivers, Mike Norvell is one of the best to ever play here. When you talk about big play receivers, Aaron Farouz, one of the best to ever play here. But you're talking about 2 different leagues as well. These guys are going up against Colorado, Ole Miss, Texas Techs of the world, as opposed to a Division II schedule and maybe an early years Division I schedule. So it's hard to compare apples to apples, but I can definitely say that this is as deep a group, talent-wise and quality-wise, that this program, Central Arkansas, has ever had.
Would you like to have a chance to throw these guys?
It'd have been amazing. It would have been fun. It would have been a neat deal. I mean, when you've got the ability, and I was blessed with a lot of depth and a lot of talent at receiver too. I mean, I had guys that, I threw a lot of touchdowns, but a lot of those touchdowns were bubble screens and quick throws, and them guys making plays. And when you open up the paper on Sunday, a 35-yard touchdown doesn't mean it was thrown 35 yards a lot of times. So I was definitely blessed in a lot of those areas as well. But man, this is a special group. They're a group that attacks when they catch the football and want the football in the air going to them. I mean, nothing makes them more happy whenever I'm giving a pregame speech and I say, playmakers, let's go make plays. And that's the kind of mentality our guys have.
It's a terrific receiving corps. We feel like we're the best in the country, best in the conference, however you want to put it. But we're pretty much talented everywhere. Me and Courtney go-getters. D3's a playmaker, which is Desmond Smith. That's his nickname. Jatavius is a speedster. Damian Watts, playmaker. Clay Murphy. We just got Blake Gardner back, so we're pretty sound, and we're just anxious to get the ball in our hands and make plays. We support one another. We're like a brotherhood. We call ourselves Bum Squad or just Squad because we're just always together. We always do stuff together. So we have that connection, that bond that you need on a football team. So, and we all have confidence in each other to make plays. Whoever the play is designed for, we pretty much confident they'll make the play. We compete in practice. Whoever drops fastest has to buy Gatorade, stuff like that. And in the games, we see who can make the biggest plays and the best catches in practice.
We're like brothers, you know. We're always around each other. When we go out, we hang out together. And, you know, we just got that bond, you know, that not one receiver have to, you know, make all the plays. And, you know, every receiver can do that, you know, because, you know, what if Dez Lewis go down or, you know, anybody go down? We have to have somebody step in, you know, and if they're, you know, never got a chance to make a play before, then they're going to be nervous. So, you know, that's the main thing. We all just bond together, and we, you know, luckily we have a group of receivers that's unselfish. It's actually a great feeling, you know, because you know that you got another receiver on the other side that can make the same play that you can make. You know, when you feel like it's the other receiver over there is, you know, not so good, you know, you feel like it's a lot of pressure on you. And I feel like all our receivers can make them same plays. And we got trust in all our receivers. And that's the main thing, you know, it's a great thing having other receivers that can make the same exact plays or not more, you know, than you. So that's a good thing. You know, sometimes we go in a game like, you know, who's gonna have the most yards this game or who's gonna score the most TDs, you know, but you know, that's just competition. That makes you want to play harder, you know. So, I mean, it's nothing serious. We just, you know, go in the game with, you know, a little fun. So that's all we really do.
I mean, it's one of the deepest wide receiver corps I play for. The thing about our wide receiver corps is that we don't ever just lose players. We just keep bringing players in that can do the same amount of stuff that, I mean, the player before them can do. That's how it works. I mean, a lot of times you'll see that safety has to leave the hash, which leaves the middle of the field open for all the slot receivers to make great catches and get a few yards after the catch. And then when we pull them back into the hash, it leaves the open ball for C. White, Courtney, and D. Watts to make plays. So I like how our offense is set up to where you have to pick your poison in a way. So that's real good. I mean, at wide receiver, it's all about a competition. I mean, every game is between me and C. White, both on the same age, and we're just like, who's going to have the better stats this game? Who's going to make the best, most spectacular catch? But it all comes down to we're happy for each other when we make those plays. When Dez made that 90-yard play, I was just thinking, whoa, he's fast. C. White, when he goes up and makes a catch, I'm like, that's the person you want in on a deep ball. D. Watts has his chances to make great plays, and then you've got Jay, who he can just make somebody miss, and you feel like you're watching a movie every time you watch one of our wide receivers make a play.